So you remember Tom Emmer, the homophobe in Minnesota who got $150,000 from Target to run for governor? Well, the National Organization for Marriage is running ads about him, and guess what? They're misleading. Check it out.
The right to vote, our most important civil right.
They have got some nerve putting Martin Luther King Jr. in this ad. We're going to talk about him in just a second, so remember that he was there.
Some politicians want to impose gay marriage in Minnesota without a vote.
They keep trying this impose trick, but what are they talking about? How do you impose a marriage? That's like saying the First Amendment imposes religion. Giving someone a freedom isn't the same as forcing them to exercise it. So let's be clear, they are the ones imposing the ban on us.
When Massachusetts did this, gay marriage was taught to first and second graders.
This is gibberish. Just like you don't impose a freedom, marriage isn't taught. What Massachusetts teaches is that kids come from all different kinds of families, and they deserve to be judged not on their gender, but on the content of their character. And why is this so important? Because there is an epidemic of young gay kids who've been lied to and made to feel worthless by cruel adults like these. Kids who kill themselves because they feel so alone. Massachusetts has nothing to be ashamed of.
Shouldn't something this important be decided by Minnesota voters, not politicians?
Now let's go back to Martin Luther King. It's largely because of his work that we have the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. And those were signed into law by, guess who? Politicians. Brave individuals who defied public prejudice to do what they knew was right. Besides which, isn't this an ad for a politician? We're in a gubernatorial election. There is no referendum on marriage. This whole ad is just a distraction.
Mark Dayton and Tom Horner want gay marriage with no vote of the people.
Here's what they're not telling you. It's not just Mark Dayton and Tom Horner. Every candidate for governor supports the freedom to marry except Tom Emmer. He's all alone on this issue, and maybe there's a reason for that.
Tom Emmer believes marriage is between one man and one woman.
And believing something makes it true.
And Emmer says, let the people vote.
Really? Now, Tom Emmer likes to talk about his huge family. Is he going to say, let the people vote if the day comes that one of his children is gay? Is he willing to put his own kids' freedom up to a vote? Emmer needs to learn that when he says, let the people vote, he's not talking about some vague principle. He's talking about real human beings who are suffering, some of whom may someday be much closer to him than he thought possible.
Gay marriage has consequences. Demand your right to vote.
Now let's be clear. This is a lie. Gay marriage has consequences? Name them. If you want to play the consequences game, let's talk about gay people dying alone in hospitals, getting deported, losing their homes, their families, their jobs, for no reason other than to satisfy someone's bigoted impulses. This isn't really about voting. This is about abusing the ballot, turning it into a weapon to hurt people. It's wrong, it's un-American, and it is deeply shameful behavior.